Hey, what's going on, guys? So in today's video, I just basically wanted to do a recap of 2016. I know we're already well into 2017, but I was feeling a little bit sentimental tonight. But I just wanted to take a look back on everything that has happened in the past year. Like, so much has happened, I don't even know where to start. But let me just start off with a little bit of backstory. So back in the spring of 2015, I had transferred schools. I went from UF to UCF. So for those of you that aren't familiar with Florida geography, I went from Gainesville to Orlando, which is about a 2-hour drive. And when I moved down here, I knew no one. I literally moved into a 1-bedroom apartment all by myself, and you could pretty much call me a loner at the time because I had 0 friends. I mean, I had a couple of acquaintances that I knew back from high school, but no one that I could genuinely call a friend. So at the beginning of the spring semester in 2015, I pretty much struggled with loneliness because at the time I had lost someone that was really important to me, and I just had no friends that, I could count on. And human beings, we are social animals, we like to confide in others and just have companionship. And I just wasn't getting that at the time. I genuinely felt like I had no one here that, wanted to be my friend. However, towards the end of the semester in my Physics 1 class, that was when I had met Zach and Joanne. It's funny how we all became friends, but basically there was a Facebook page where everyone would post physics problems and people would comment and help each other out. I was pretty active on the page because physics was one of my better subjects, and Joanne stumbled across my profile and saw that I had my FRS drifting as my background. So I got a random friend request from Joanne. So Joanne tells Zach, and then Zach approaches me in physics, and we all just become really good friends. And it was nice because those 2 guys I consider to be, my first genuine friends that I made here. Now, where does drifting and all of this come into play? That semester, I had stopped drifting just because I just couldn't afford it. Let's be honest, drifting is expensive. But that summer, I had actually saved up some money so that I could do an event. Now, keep in mind, at this point, I've already done 2 drift events, which were back home in Green Cove. And I really wanted to try out Orlando Speed World. So I go there, and one of the first people to approach me is Keegan, the BMW driver that you guys see me tandeming with a lot. And he was so nice and welcoming. One of the first things he did was actually make me give him my phone, and he added himself on Facebook. So he was technically my first friend that I made at a drift event. And and it's awesome because I always loved drifting and I always wanted to be in the drift culture. Keegan was like my segue into going all out on the FRS in terms of getting a roll cage and all of that. I remember after my second event that summer, he had approached me and said, "Yo, Alan, you're ready for a cage so we can tandem." And it was just so cool to hear that coming from him because he is such a good driver. And at that point, I knew that I just wanted to continue drifting. So towards the end of summer and the fall semester of 2015, I had some stuff happen that once again took me out of being able to drift. Those reasons I'll save for another video, but regardless, I just wasn't able to drift at the time. If you look back towards older videos on the channel, you'll see that I still went to those events to film. Granted, it was on my iPhone and, the quality wasn't the best, but I just wanted to be a part of drifting even though I wasn't able to drive. So now we're in January. I once again saved up my money, had some Christmas money left over. I decided to go drifting again. But this time it was back home at the Green Cove Dragway. And that is where I actually met Taylor Ray. And it's really funny because we had both started our channels at the same time. Like, I vividly remember this random bearded guy coming up to me at the event just wanting to talk about my car. And I noticed he had a video camera, and we both started talking about how we both wanted to start YouTube channels. He had mentioned Adam LZ, who I didn't really know at the time. I knew what car he had, and I saw him at one event prior, but I didn't know he was, a big YouTuber. Anyways, I know I get sidetracked with these little side stories, but at that event, I met Taylor and became really good friends with him. Like for the next couple of months, so early to mid 2016, him and I, we would go out to eat and just hang out and talk. And I know some of you guys might think that's kind of weird since, I don't really have Taylor much in my videos. But that's because I genuinely appreciate his friendship. And it's so easy for people to perceive that you're trying to take from their gain. And I never wanted to come across that way with Taylor. Granted, I know he never thought I was like that. I just really liked being his friend. He's an awesome guy. And it's so awesome to see how his channel has grown because he genuinely 110% deserves it. So with drift vlog number 2, which was my first actual drift vlog since the first drift vlog was just me saying that I was going to make drift vlogs. But with that video, that's when I knew that I really wanted to try out YouTube. And I am not looking back with any regrets. So the culmination of everything in 2016 has led me to now. And I can't even begin to list all of the cool people that I've met through YouTube. Steven, the guy with the FRS, he had actually approached me at an event, I think in March of last year, saying that he was on the market for an FRS. I had no idea who he was, but he came up to me and said that he watched my videos. And I thought that was the coolest thing. And look where we're at now. Him and I are super good friends. And he's drifting his FRS just as much as I do. I was able to meet Dustin WRX, another guy that genuinely deserves the growth that he's been getting. Had him come down to Florida for a drift event. We unfortunately weren't able to make since my car was still getting finished with its cage by the time we went to go pick it up. But that's another guy that I can genuinely call a brother. On top of Dustin, I was able to meet a bunch of Taylor's friends, including Marco, and their whole group of drifting friends. But I was able to enjoy a New Year's celebration with all of those guys. And that was the type of friendship that I always looked for. People to just hang out, talk about cars, drifting, and all of that stuff. And basically, I just attribute all of these awesome things that have happened in 2016 to YouTube. That would be unfair to say that because it genuinely resides with all of you. All of you guys that like my videos, subscribe, comment, and have helped me grow this channel. You guys are the real MVPs. Like, I know it's a super cliche thing to say that I owe it all to you for the progress that the channel has made. But it's true. We went from 0 subscribers to about 6,500 in less than a year. That's growth that I had never expected. And I hope you guys know that I really appreciate all of you, even though I don't really say it much in my videos. I hope by the fact that I've been sending out free decals is kind of a subliminal way to tell you that, that I love you guys. Right after I get done editing this video, I still have tons of guys that want decals. I spent all of last night printing out more. If any of you guys know the process that it takes to cut decals, especially with one person doing it, it takes a while. But I wanted to do that for you guys as a way of saying thank you. I mean, look, I still have all of these envelopes that are ready to go out. I just need to drop them off. Like, this isn't even half of the request for decals that I've gotten. And just looking at this is just shocking to think that all of these guys enjoy my videos enough to want a decal. Words can't describe it, but all I can think of is just awesome. So seriously, thanks again to every last one of you. For 2017, I definitely want to get more involved with you guys, if that means replying to more comments, replying to more messages. Because like I said in one of my first videos, the channel is only as good as the content that I can put out. And if you guys enjoy the videos by commenting and liking, then that lets me know that I'm doing a good job. And for that, I am so grateful. 2016 was definitely a year to remember, and I sincerely owe it all to you guys. I am so stoked for what 2017 has to offer. Like, there are so many things I want to do and film, and so many more drift events that I want to attend. But with all great things come great sacrifice. The spring semester has started for me, and it's gonna be tough. Especially having to balance work, school, and just staying on top of making videos. I definitely want to stay on top of making videos, and I'm going to make sure that I do. but you guys will just have to bear with me with just how busy my overall schedule is. You know, and if you guys could actually do me a favor, I already have tons of video ideas, but the more the better. So go ahead and drop a comment with any videos you guys would like to see from me in the future. Well, I know I've talked way too much. I hope all of you had a wonderful 2016. I hope you have an even better 2017. And on that note, I hope all of you guys had an awesome day, and I will see you next time. Peace.
Me and my homies mobbing deep. I've been working on oxygen, keep it honest and moderate. Not because I ain't profiting, they'll acknowledge the product, but now they follow us popular.